The quality of your listing is going to affect the amount of sales you get on your product, so you have to know what to actually do when you are composing your product listing. So we're going to go through some horrible ones and then actually show you what is a great, amazing looking listing so you can do a similar thing and increase your sales. Let's go. Okay, let's actually begin with the worst possible listing that you can have. I mean, I've seen worse, questionable. But by the way, before we get into it, my name is Karina if it's your first time on here, and subscribe to this YouTube channel because I post daily videos. So this one is pretty bad for several reasons. First off, you can see that for obvious reasons, if you're a private label seller, you should know that you should never try to sell with this type of listing. It only has 2 photos. Let's just start with the pictures for now. Just 2 photos. Not really sure how many there are. Just by looking at this picture, it doesn't look that great. So when people go to buy a product, the very first thing they look at are photos. And if your photos don't paint an image of what the product actually is, what they're getting, what are the benefits, the emotional feel of it, they're most likely not going to buy it, and that relates to everything. So this not only looks horrible because they have 2 photos and this granola bar doesn't even look that appetizing. It just, I mean, there's a lot wrong with it, right? No pictures. And that's just the image aspect, okay? That's the number one thing you focus on. And in my course, I literally teach you how to do everything from the title to the bullet points. You have to literally optimize everything, like title, bullets, the description, which they don't even, oh, they do have it right here, and then the images. And I go to very detailed because that's what's going to increase your conversion rates. That's what's going to be hugely responsible for actually launching your product. And there are a lot of moving parts, and you have to know how to do listing optimization, not only from the images and how it looks aesthetically, but also when it comes down to the actual nitty-gritty of Amazon's algorithm and feeding it, making sure you're getting sales, which is in the description and the bullets and the title. So this one is an obvious no. There's a lot of improvements. Their title isn't optimized. They're not starting with the main keywords. Their bullets need a lot of work. It's very short. I do give them props on the description though, because I could see that they used HTML, which kind of spaced out their description as opposed to leaving it in one blob, which is usually what happens when you type it in. So you need to use HTML to make it structured like this. They have bolded letters, so I'll give them like a D- or an F plus. I'll give them an F plus for the effort in the description, and that's about all they get. So this is the worst possible thing. Don't do this. Let's move on to an intermediate listing, which is something most people are doing, but you're still slowing down sales. And then we'll move on to this tab right here, which is the ideal listing, and as close as to a really good listing as you can get. So let's click here. It's a similar item, but you can see that they put a lot more effort into it by placing food into it, and it just looks better, so much better. If you saw this compared to this, or actually that, what would you buy, right? I mean, this just looks so much better. And I know that they're going against Amazon's terms of service by actually putting this little thing over here, but that's okay. That is the lowest possible ding that you can get on Amazon. If you do put kind of like an infographic thing or a text on your main image. So the requirements for the main image is just your product on a white background. So technically it's breaking the terms of service because of this banner right here. And also I ignore this Honey app. That's not Amazon related, by the way. But also because they're putting food in their product, and obviously the food does not come with the cups. So everyone does this situation though, so that's fine. But this is what usually Amazon flags it down. I like to test my limits, and I still put a product with something if it's describing a bundle or describing a feature. And then when Amazon tells me to take it down, then I just change it, and then my listing is back up again. So that's okay. So they put more effort into the photos. As you can see, they have lifestyle. I mean, this sauce doesn't really look that appetizing, but it's probably showing that it's spill proof here. It's painting a picture of how you can use it. So I do like the fact that they used more lifestyle photos, but the problem is they didn't even use up all their picture slots. They only have, it looks like 6 images, and depending on the category of your product, Amazon gives you 7 to 10 picture slots, so they're not using all of them. So that's the one thing I want to comment on, that is always use most or all of your, actually use all of your picture slots, because customers make the sale mostly on the pictures. When they are drawn in by the photos, then they read all the other information as supplemental information. However, they still focus mainly on the images, and if your images are off and not explanatory enough, they might go to a listing that does have more explanations. So here, although they do look nice, what I would personally do is put infographics. So I would say, I would comment on the features, I would comment on the benefits, I would comment on just some flaws that other people have that my product solves. And then the other way around, like what are the good things about it? And I would put features on here, right? When you go to the actual rest of the listing, again, it's not the best because they start out their title with their brand name. And if you saw my how to compose in the most amazing Amazon title, I have a video on that, then you would know not to use up space on your brand keywords. It just doesn't make sense. You're not a known brand. You haven't been around for long enough to anyone know you, so there's no reason why you should be putting your brand name first while you could be putting the main keyword, which is disposable clear plastic Jello shot cups. I don't even think they're Jello. That's not even the main word. Jello shot. People are not using this for Jello shots. People are using this for whatever they have written on here. So they're just confusing the customer by putting Jello shot cups. They're trying to like keyword stuff it, but that doesn't really make sense. So when it comes to their bullets, they're not optimized enough. I mean, this video could be hours long, like my course, where I literally emphasize like precisely why and how to compose a title, how to both put in keywords in it, how to make it visually appealing, and how to like help Amazon's algorithm to rank you, and also how to increase the customers like perception of your item and them actually wanting to buy your item. So that's not really the best. Let's look at their description. They don't have a description. Well, that answers my questions. They don't even have a description, so they're not doing it right. So the thing about this listing is that someone might look at it from like a not so much fully experienced perspective and think it's actually good, but it could be so much better. I can guarantee you, if I went and put my little hands on this listing, I could get them more sales. Or myself more sales, but it's just the pictures aren't as great. So you might do all these pictures, but like I said, there are a lot of things you can put in here to enhance this, and that brings us to the final listing, which is the best listing, which is something you should get really close to doing. And again, I show all the details in the course, but let's just look at this. This is just beautiful on so many levels. Okay, first off, their main picture is not breaking any terms of service, despite the fact that there's food in it. That's a minor offense, and I have not seen anyone taken down for this type of imagery, and it makes it look better. It's very colorful, it's very beautiful. It's just very appealing, right? Just looking at the pictures, it makes me hungry, it makes me want to eat all of this, and it just looks high quality. Then I list through their other pictures, and it's just beautiful because they outline the features of this product. They say how it's going to be used. Look at this. Leak-proof, dishwater safe. So they're showing the customer, they've read through the reviews. They have 5 stars. Obviously, they read through the reviews, and they're showing the customers that, hey, you know what? I know the issues that this product is having, and guess what? I solved them. So that's what they're showing. That it's leak-proof, it's dishwater safe. It's showing, and now it's kind of like, oh, look, it's stackable, so you're saving space in your cupboards, and it's perfect on the go. So it's great for if you are, I love this lifestyle picture of a computer. Like, it's great. The only thing I would add is I would add more lifestyle. So I would put humans in it, because psychologically, like, humans like humans, and just seeing eye contact and like faces is better. So that's kind of the one thing I would fix on this. But they're outlining everything. Like, this is actually like a great photography job that they've done with this. And this is one thing I want to point out to. This is beautiful. This is what I do. This is what I suggest everyone does, is us versus them in products. So they're saying, hey, this is us, and this is our brand, and this is why you should choose our brand, and this is why everyone else's brand sucks. Like, they have cheap glass, they have toxic material, and they have leaking lids. And the imagery of that looks so bad. like I wouldn't even want to buy other brands after looking at this photo. I say like, wow, like they have all this fancy glass, they don't have chemicals, it's cool. And this picture right here, they're illustrating the number one flaw. I can guarantee you they read through all the reviews, so they know that this is the number one flaw that their customers have, so they're making sure to point that as the second picture. So whenever someone is scrolling, then their number one concern of, I do not want a product that does this, they have literally made it a point to put it as their second photo so customers know this product does not do this. And then the next one is, not only does it not do that, but look at all these other amazing things that we have. And they not only kind of like verbalize it, but they also visualize it. So they put actual photographs. I mean, on the picture front, it's amazing. Then I don't know how to optimize this product, anything else. All I know is that it looks great. They're optimizing for the main keywords. They don't have their brand name in the title. The title is keyword packed, yet it like pertains to the customers, and their description is beautiful. I mean, their bullet points are beautiful, right? They look optimized. They look clean, yet information packed. Let's go to their description. Oh, and I don't know. It appears that they have a brand, unless they use HTML to do this. They probably have brand registry. But either way, it looks great. It looks, actually, what I would change here, this is actually looks exactly like their photos, so I would use the description space to put more descriptive text of what's going on, which is great. They do that here, but I would probably try putting different photos in, because so you're just trying to convince your customer with as many points as possible of what to do, and they are kind of a little bit repetitive. So I would actually use this space if you do have brand registry, or if you're using sneaky HTML, which is technically against terms of service, to put these pictures up. Just use it. But even if all I would actually recommend is just having words that are HTML, that are optimized for like the keywords and also for the features and what actually comes included in the set. And I would HTML it, so I would have like categories and sections, so it actually looks nice. But other than that, it looks amazing. So this is kind of something you want to model after, just in a quick nutshell, because people do ask me a lot of what a good listing and what a bad listing is, and they come in varying degrees. So it starts with like a horrible one, like I showed you in the beginning, and then to the best possible one. And you just want to kind of copy big term brands and see what they're doing. A lot of brands are doing the compare and contrast. Actually, not that many, but you should be doing compare and contrast charts and like lifestyle imagery, things like that, and making sure it's all optimized. But that's it in a nutshell. Thank you so much for watching. All the links are down below, and I will see you in my next video.